The book I would like to recommend for the course is The Other Westmore, written by Arthur Westmore. This book is a direct and indirect memoir of the lives of two boys named Westmore who grew up in the same city of Baltimore at the same age around the same time. To sum up the book, The Other Westmore, it's the juxtaposition of two lives of the two young boys named Westmore. They had an oddly similar upbringing in which they had single-parent homes with absent fathers and grew up in the same streets of Baltimore. The difference is they ended up on different ends of the spectrum as they became adults. One of the Westmores went on to become a Rhodes Scholar that graduated from both Oxford and Johns Hopkins University. He also became a high-ranking military officer, wrote a book, and appeared on Oprah. The other Westmore grew up in a life of crime and ended up serving a life sentence in a Maryland state penitentiary after an armed robbery left a police officer dead. One important factor to consider when using The Other Westmore in contemporary American ethnic lit is how college students may react. There are racial, cultural, and economical issues deeply rooted in this book, which can be great topics for discussion or a gateway for a heated debate. Westmore will serve to ignite some difficult conversation that may be personal for some students. Given the nature of the book, it might be important to give disclaimers and lay down strict rules for discussing the book. Though many students here at Georgia State University are adept in diversity, this book will expand that diversity training just a bit. Themes and topics for discussion for The Other Westmore vary widely, and the class could have many different discussion topics to discuss in class, such as social classism as displayed in the book. What are the barriers to defeat social classism? How are those barriers defeated in the book? Another topic for discussion could be the impact of family on adolescent life. Do familial structures help define success later in life? You could also discuss, is the morality of this book questionable, being that Westmore is giving a convicted felon a platform to have his story shown? You could ask, is this book sympathetic towards the imprisoned Westmore? Is that problematic? How? To align this book with the course, we first must look at what the course is trying to do. The scope of the course, Contemporary American Ethnic Lit, is to examine contemporary American writers that focus their work on being culturally immersed in an authentic representation of what is seen as ethnic in America. Usually this stems from the writer's own personal ethnic identification. The book, The Other Westmore, fits into that landscape of the course because Westmore is an African American writer writing to expose the culture of Baltimore and its drastically different effects on the adolescent experience of men. This book is a departure from the other books that we were assigned in the course because it does not deal with a direct familial conflict or an immigrant experience of some sort. This book has some really good insight on the social and cultural issues that are plaguing the demographics of a specific race in a specific city, which displays the outcomes on the different ends of the spectrum. Lastly, to discuss is that there is a wide range of assignments that students can do for credit in relation to the book The Other Westmore. Some of those assignments include a mapping assignment for the city of Baltimore, as many landmarks are mentioned in the book, like the historic housing projects that both the Wesses grew up in. A research paper on the social and economic themes of the book. A map quiz of all the counties in Maryland to understand the proximity between the two Westmores during the book. Or an annotated bibliography to get sources to contextualize the poverty and discrimination as discussed in the book.